Yedika Quamonone, Naya Kofamonone, Seven, and the latest Ewon Kofon Crusono, Nina Ebanope, and UEFA Champions League, no, yet me a completely the playoffs games, no, and so we say, Yanya the final 16 clubs. Now, we are watching Anopa 11 and a draw, no, and so nothing, a clubs no be the next opponent, the run of 16, Nina, the whole same Eba, Medina, so their course and the various games, Nina, Netrasi, everything come on another stories and walk up on come and so on yet about build up to the FIFA World Cup make we call nya question anima asiate FIFA ever can say no here security air report from Mexico from Sunday na never question no na say enshara enso ani ye don't say na eba no pay e so don't forget sir and ya transfer dem can Champions League no Juventus Galatasaray at a point. Now, if you say Juventus, you come back and answer Yanisa. Nemum, was the extra time. Victor Osimhen, the man, for big occasions, stood up, right? He rose up and did the magic for Galatasaray and Now, 3-2 was the result, but don't forget the first leg in a course, no. Gala I win by 5 goals to 2. And she's already aggregate now. Now, just in favor of Galatasaray, Ometmia qualify, and no Atalanta, the Italian team, as I say, and for must save Italian football, and Atalanta for a team year comeback, no, Editia, Borussia Dortmund after 700 Dortmund first leg, a Korea 2-0 Edmar Dortmund, and Galatasaray, and I say, where Atalanta, our Bergamo, Wamu, and so ye, Jumana Cabero, Naya the Honsam, and so about, and no, I was Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Game, no, the first 20-25 minutes looked like Benfica were going to qualify. In fact, they had the opening goal. Nemum Vinicius Junior. Before that, na Aurelien Tchouameni a level peg in Madrid. Vinicius Junior again. Ewa corner flag and also by this time na in front of Onwankasa and his supporters. Into no issues regarding celebrations. Nijano yada some ebano pe which modern so coaches never adding come as to clubs on airpay. Na yeba said ye parents no ensubesia call likely opponents are ultima supporting Tima Ugenson and so Tiano, yet in some and so about pay, and a yet Medina Swinting Sunday one near Dorsopa. Abja 4 have a 1 year son 7 more. Now yet you come at for and Champions League or any other stories. But you bet you never didn't come up and so with you. And Sans Menoka said the Black Queens of Ghana and so I touch it down. A year UAE Minano. Games and the Pink Ladies Cup tournament in a you have been command pay a so now even that's a Black Queens a man be Grace Santoamo and in Senibia to drive because now Yakwakuti and sort of pay a so retired Ghanaian footballers Asia the sports minister honorable Kofi Idi Adams na enkomame and team because honorable Ekasaye na retired footballers Ghanaian footballers no ebi enso do omunsem enso de tuja yenimsa Black starlet for enso prepare for the AFCON tournament na enro ombo 2 friendly games ewo eyenkran yeba ko ne akwese de enro games enso esi akoye yeba Kumasi Asante Kotoko eriama ekoso Asante Kotoko chairman ko Ponsa K5 edin sem de area together ne yeba ko nyakotie nanse ne beto gese Coco board for yeba 12 million Ghana cedis at Amada Black Stars of Ghana. But Coco board about when is a answer no Omukran and say aswashe obunamu Coco for anyone asetro mu no omoteno enye Black Star Simbia ninja no ya da honsen eba no pay e wo dwumade no so me di Andrew so isi wetia from ya League Stars me tena na area ma chairman Bright kan bodu chamo what I chi den no pay di dwumade no enso eba Sir Christian atena se Maxwell na Asian enso atena se Jacob Achusebe na nearly the production team no Sanso and Bright Owusu enso elho Darling Pon so better than kind of pay so I did a fisem nyina enso eba Sanso and a Clifford no afi a Trent no nyina enso amadwumadi no Who's when you be a media and so pay so a Facebook. I'm sure I was searching, now about Pure FM TV and so the Ashimua. Oba like no ashe or comment drop it all. Nafi and opinion I get interactive. Ewo a show no so sounds so on YouTube. Ewo Bright can come what do ewo YouTube. I say Pure FM TV live on YouTube no. I want so many soon be no be and sweat Yankaja and Fengwaro Pia so just 12:30 near Makwan Ama Bishops and so by chance pay Ote the legend Kwame Dinka and a pure morning drive 18 no Oba we omo de kama yenso yekutaba to we are Abishops so we so pedal mu pa na fi drive no and Thursday and Alexis the Gosan any team and so beba na omo the pure drive no and sweat media ba kama Sir Christian
Andy,
good morning.
Good morning.
Na bibia boko.
Obey ni day adom ekrom kakra.
Enra me hu se upon game na Champions League games na ba na wie ya na me hu se messages. Ba pure your platform na so. Na nko for drop messages. Bomb mem so di can drop first message. We answer papa yi. So dia tuna chema BKB so dia ba.
I know mo say dey.
PSG pa. Galatasaray pa.
Why ne papa? Papa no why.
No,
disrespect you, the superstar iconic presenter. You just can't do that. You need to show me some respect. Also, Bramax. What you say? Papa is saying.
Me sorry.
And I'm home. Let me out. Oh, says okay, Anna, as I producer, the man can say at your behavior. It's all good. And run come here. PSG for take.
Monaco 40.
Chris a man collapse and there's a minute who made it
not a man yade.
There is a 10 matches 9 in our board. PSG so I say we into me scan. Oh, I'm on point me ye. And meet him and Yana Kunkrum. I didn't ask already say I didn't see a go pass go one cabin. Quebec it to me Kunipo.
Tao.
So horrible so filming a doom. Now I drink I be brave. Hey, PSG. Now almost said Anna.
As about a question for Luis Enrique.
Madrid for the Oma disco. Madrid. One of the teams and my boys in the disco. Say be a match a year critical, crucial, especially when they are playing at home. And the bare 99.9, they will find a way to win the game. Who's stadium? Then run out and say, send a number one and say, go over. The game was, like I said, the game was heading to a draw. And I said, Benfica crown air threatened from nowhere. And I've been a far ball now, Panyang. As how Honda Moy is hard in their Moyade. But PSG are doing my yam.
We can no more game.
So to me,
to carry baby, I be sure you say, oh, some now can why careful.
No, but you say, dear, no, send your make can say, Ebia, wash a bear 4 or 5 slaves, and we now where we say, then you begin to ask yourself that Ben Bimna. Oh, best as you say, but it's all good. Say, uns would be a dear, and Hana company crying yes, can venture. Until we move on, but your mind and crack.
Mate Mirase, Nanesian, I don't know.
Question we Yemisa, one of your Champions League team of this round.
This round,
Atlanta or Bodo Glimt?
Bodo. For me, I'll go for Bodo.
Hey, Bodo straight away.
Yeah.
Bodo straight away.
Straight away. Meaning, so question,
Atlanta,
Facebook. No, Bodo went away.
Any day we are almost save Italian football. No?
Yeah, they've done well. But don't say, Atalanta, no, Champions League, no, Mabem, or Monya some wins a year, like, or Monya minutes. But Bodo for no venue, no crow, Mukon winning. Atlanta did this at home. And at Dortmund, so mu blow hot and cold. You and I know that. Although we are one of the stronger, but blow hot and cold sometimes. Sometimes I expect you almost all be winning. No moon winning. Another record was there because Dortmund engaged when they are playing in Italy. But I never expected, say, your friend is saying Atalanta best show more dama, so they also do. But Chris, I think say Bodo fund your mind. So be quite we part no player. You know what I'm going na. Yanko injury time. Na say we team. Me na make us anti na make. We say we team.
Because the honey you call
okay. You know what Barcelona for no coin na. Omo ko say 3-2 piece omo we na. Ye you omo free na na we fi. Into that venue now, and no more be console, no more can say, oh, baby, I'm quite not pitching and grass, said Nyoma, but they went there. I think say Bodo for no.
Yeah, but on Facebook, Christian Ubusa and I be much as here comment, and I think so far message said, George, I do say, because Bodo yen home and away, edit internet to work for Bodo. Nana Abate, ɛsɛ ɔno ɛkɔ for Bodo. Samuel Ofe ɛsɛ Bodo Glimt all the way. Also ɔpɛ sɛ so almost sáré si to club say share bio opeso check adeɛ bi hwɛ adeɛ minim de opeso check hwɛ adeɛ but Joseph Asamoah so on the obeko for Atalanta also obeko for Atalanta for the comeback they did and also how they saved the Italian football face and so obeko Terry Jacob Jr. says Atalanta 2 goals down per Inter is not performing at home in the Champions League this season. Okay, Kwabena Sapon SC Bodo all the way and Joe Righty Budo na now try no do Budo. I'm sure Sena Oko for a year Budo. See, I think the message is there band a lot of the people Kodiama Budo because Joe right yes I correct and say Budo because culture as Budo client deserves it oh yeah also Kodiama Budo Pasco Junior as Budo and Onoko de Amano Sanso and Junior Verratti as Oko for a year Budo afi me say Fred Apia Donzi Junior ese okofo eyebudo Edward Brobe ese okofo budo Kwabena Sapon ese budo any day and ono so kodiama omo na afi upon Theophilus ese budo all the way on point Junior ese budo did massively well to okofo eyebudo Kwame Tufo ese budo Alex Severin ese budo all the way Abdul Rahman ose Ohe from Oka I really like you Andy thank you very much George Kwame Age ose budo all the way and ono so eko ediama budo and afi Awal Smaila ese budo all the way ya Ghana eso no de obeko e de ama Atalanta if you so hu sa Atalanta enso e ya de pento no e ko de ama Atalanta Bugri James Alibina ose budo and upon Theophilus ose Hala Madrid Oscar dos Santos ese budo and wo ko de ama Wusu champion the graft ose budo has been fantastic in their last 4 Champions League games Kwame to for budo Nana Adom ese Monaco Tony Opai esi budo eno no so ekodi amomenti I think say budo no ya do so I'm sure say dodo na ape budo for adwuma na omo ye because against Inter Milan na omo say akose Inter esanso ewo interfere ne dey Chris minim o na nka aboko for wan
but opposition into no mekwa ma budo for and almost any Champions League pedigree what I say on the na so Atalanta there at least Atalanta aji Europa League and on the Dibula Lukman omo kwa na ND Bayer Leverkusen on beating runner omo share Bayer Leverkusen kamiensa Bayer Leverkusen ntimi ante anything no Atalanta pedigree in European football but budo for no more Champions League no stage we bi da and a team no sign ni share ye no a powerhouse in European football.
Just last season,
last season, yeah, teams are Champions League. Inter Milan are Champions League, and for them to have beaten them both home and away there, many do not say at this round, Champions League team of this round there, Andy, a budu for Nana Mekwadiamo.
Super Zonas, so Esha Sienra. Na, my name is Christian, and Sebia unya a report from school say any money in BBC because maybe the ABC this time minyanya any report and why you point yankasa me sheda kwa makum enwumre no so busa because normally ana sa ne man is ne ya na tesi was our street so BBC amuso enra no de na eho ye car me am twa ya mu say as at 5:36 there about now school buses to be bus students ne dey come say some of the schools kra no omo wie no baby mo nyina be gina ye na school teachers and so guide omo interest omo bus on say bi omo bus e ko bus be fa bi
yes
minim say onya any report of misconduct bia okay
boni BS yankiate
yeah
say boni BS ya
ya mompa say BBC
boni BS ya say yankon so yete
yeah
inti enras enka bibi boni BS ya me social by this time enka social media ntino andinka and then I'm tintan fili so mo bia hu inti first day ni die andi me so se bibia akoyia yanti asemboni bia dia aka ne se unse first day no aka 2 more days
yeah
inti enene wachina no de omo ye nenra na yenya incident free activity enra no omo ntoa so no munya even say omo double omo effort kra na andi omo nye because enra no onche ya ne ani omo p schools and colleges sports federation
first vice chairman
kasano was saying they were not expecting students on beba bibrisa because acquire 3 days in tino one shall do na beba be at the second and the third day benra only panel was stadium
yeah
And no crana no more anticipate any pabeba no. And attendance was massive.
Yeah.
It say almost expected attendance no be increase by the day there. Then they should be expecting say and the attendance no ebe CD enra de no. Te nipa na ba enra no and no ebe more than the ba enra ne dia. Any security personnel no eso me increase no. Na vigilance no mo ye enra no o me increase no. Na de see enra na yan TV bia na di ye wie ne no so no ne yan TV bia ye 3 days ni wie na bibia nsi a and ye animonyam any encourage de bema fididi so much me adwuma
nti for now the any come baba so because here na nko ya anopen ke be si omo so pa nti so far for what you guys did and run no empenifo amuna mo da no organizers ni nyina for the arrangements you guys put in place because ni aka and I think say Max also baba so for now
for sure
for what they've done for the first day.
And I'll say, let me say this, I think say a bo Pure FM crew led by BKB for sure, because he brought up this issue. And also radio is all about making impact. It is not just about talking.
You have to get results.
Say talking, anybody can talk. But what are you saying? And what are you talking about? We kind of talk nowadays, but I say it make it impact. So what I say. And so muna your trumpet here, it went down to impending for because of that, because ahead of the games, now I'm planning for any committee to put those measures in place. Even if it was done, a shadow in the public domain. But ahead of it, within few days, they met and they made sure some put measures in place. What I say, also me max or media they say me pese asemboni, si visa asemboni biasia. Say your people who are intelligent or wise enough, they might turn sad to a good thing going in the near future. But what I say, into what they did, no, I think say massive, and I think say almost all the regions will also adopt their for 9 years because, and I'm also happy say free because my cousin Ghana ya dream so but the biggest your friend is annual sporting events in this country the schools and colleges Ashanti, no two ways about that. In terms of organization, the records are more breaky bibiano, it makes it interesting. Sandy, I think say yeah bebo crew led by BKB, so that is what we call impact on the amateur. Into a multi radio no to me the changes the abama nyoma ekoye save lives. I think kudos to you guys, you did very well.
Okay, young kunso aboji share
no I say so
see central region, you know. I think say and they inform me almost say one year very very careful one we be jinsemo and the same kadie e see Cape Coast na nsia ka measures no to put in place, you know, ebian common put in place. And I think that Cape Coast did, you know, the Letchmont test I see jina so near the end to ye Cape Coast for no so ensua bibim film yentimi ntwam sa intercolleges athletics competition no yentimi ntwam and ye ho no obi ebe setting a record or the benya nanimunyam ne future wo. Most of the schools in Yinano, and you'll be an school for academic reasons in tea. So just imagine say a spouse a trying to kuimu. Now could they be talented crano any medical too? And the see Kremwa, Sakurani talentino, and the Akashi.
Even curricula no crano, sports no say part of it.
Yes.
But what Zoka say, instead of my headmasters, I are most of them passports, I am in your money fine. Because most of these sports guys, as a Mojan or a sports guy from Accra Academy, they built the Astro Teva. Na light near ding in our home. I'm not saying that the professor have not done it, but it's very difficult to see. It's most of these guys are on a better grade. Even Usain Bolt, all these guys near ding in our most of athletes in the brain. Even United States, they had a clear example. Jamaica money adding from school. And the school no more in SHS games na very big Jamaica, very annual event, very unso honso into schools in eyes on Besia was Ashanti into a more ya no near Pekium near the Marco Junior Carifta Games no open near the Marco Ebia Junior Olympics no more build the no more being seniors. For example, so small girl be now or year one no
Laura
she's how many years
12
now?
years.
I say regional minister I mean so regional the money scholarship money call US fast and yes so Ochewa happy or bed die girl no what potential at this age Andy brilliant at this age me who be that me who be fine ABC that but the age no one say or a form 1 student right or form 2 and the way a girl she's brilliant you be to say you know nan content them na pa ebia US because American there you don't call US graph and call Jamaica near man scholarship, non-starting training or what all the time or being you. Oh yeah, dang. Oh yeah, the obeji medal. Engeri is a wanje world and J. All African Ghana as a Commonwealth obeji biamai. Meaning so what the American Asia. Eh, and I deba kunswa Chris meso me campaigning for the biamaka same way now. Whether you like it or not, sanity. Mrs. Our stadium never hono. It has to see a ye. Mbacho more your tracks and the idea training, the idea we warm up.
Track a warm up.
Yeah, they warm up before you come main race. No, it's a standard. Me who video be Chris. Now most of the athletes now I saw more joggy wa bosiem. Almost have video on social media. I think some mass for also now.
I think there's some more. And some on beba track race no. So person you warm up. Also yeah outside. You want VIP one no.
No, yeah, see ya. O call baby say second day money ad no. Ya wo page ba ko da etire. Etire hwa like a page for mutumi boss boy ya and that's why utumi warm up. Ba ha no say stadium I say e wo chrome more. And a baby credit down on the right side hono. Meaning so they are mature after car park me no say the right side or also I say anwia nti I say ye hono ye na e hono ye warm up track nti bia free warm up no so a na wa ba me and a Titan tracks no it has to be changed we na e colloquial tete we obsolete twem we no odi tu mrika won come fast to and say your friend is say Legondie no so one Legondie no say na no and na the current ones. Into we Kenya cry almost stadium now my from and no be normal Oko Jamaica National Stadium na bi na wo and no a current one to kwa utme eco faster because Kumasi na head office for sports umpo in Ghana because about football about athletics and all these game hockey ni ading na schools no even hockey ni ading na omo very good and a Ghana cry one sports are ye bitme ya dey pa netball. And netball is a countries in our national teams or more world tournament or munya bibu. And say or more uplifted the standard of the stadium, no more added all these things. Other than that, dear Andy, I think say it's been great.
Mirase, young common and them running young fans and your banner for the Kenya and so it's me to us. But most students then so about so any more course study one runner for how they comported themselves. Yes, and the mobile to us maybe be I come feel said ready in everybody with them. Young command play live on Pure 95.7 FM Koswa. Ne follow our Facebook Pure FM TV on Facebook so and I will call YouTube our Bright can come on YouTube no once call latest any command pay UEFA Champions League matches across and right they want them no minina eba no pay ejumodus dem man sana meba UEFA Champions League games since no mamini can them for ways to give me a branch here your friend is Eric Garcia so ko Barca we a central defender Edema Barca club no na nyame ado announcement and a Barca elections no enso betumi akoso mame friend to say enra obukobu say Eric Garcia say na Barca elections no why and obeto abado enso edema no ose onka nemum onim nipa obeto aba no ensorema no but ono ankasa enya de so obekọ no akwakoto na aba ne bi esense day na omo elections no a match day ensorema Barcelona a team no enti Saturday no so akoye a match day ontimi enkonkoto aba eno a player your friend is Eric Garcia really aba gobodi ka kobusa Gerard Martin wonum ena ye birthday enom kobusa ne se wan no obeto aba down the edema no Emma Gerard Martin because ono beto na ba edema one Laporta na so no Professor One Porter ever to us I present no mkobusa Eric Garcia was already on to me enka nemum enya de so no kobekono akovoti enya me yaduma next year month pass om elections no and later seba yet emamu ewojumadi so game no eba so nyame yaduma next month mame final siba eno champions of Europe and champions of South America Argentina versus Spain nyame yaduma 27th match and a game no eba so evolution stadium Wakata mame fa we enter according to organizers no one must say tickets no sold out na in 2 hours and also under 2 hours na 80,000 plus tickets no Wama Tony na enso awie the attorney say Lamine Yamal and your branch friend say Leo Messi so game eba so no tickets no under 2 hours na amaton tickets ni na enso awie so see America so we tickets ni be at online when ya be just say bia obi there na watwa enso dia ma enom later server ye de won some ema mu e wo dwumadu so ye FIFA president Gianni Infantino na ye ni ko because no me de ba tu be say o ko Mexico Mexico maami oye president her excellency Claudia anyway to guys omo wamu enso worried about Mexico for World Cup obi anka na koma enfanto yam World Cup no eno enso betime koso enye de se hwi enso betime si enfan ene nyama ekoso enso Mexico no maami fa we to guys best also be kai sem the FIFA for as omo security report from Omina ye from say Mexico Demetrius enra Gianni Infantino ene about to guys constantly when president Mexico maami enso edi nkomo na omo assure omo details security report no the tennis FIFA enso ajatum say World Cup no ebekoso as planned enso Mexico first game no Mexico versus South Africa on the 11th of June game no enso etinya koso bibia no ma ebesi players wo mako wo safety guaranteed supporters ni safety guaranteed and according to Gianni Infantino some area to ebamu jumadros mami Cristiano Ronaldo na yenin commando Pereira Studios no and beto get see Ronaldo enso abramu football investment diamante and it's a club from say UD America wamu League 2 menya reports say Ronaldo as a quarter 25% shares UD America omo club lemo and Ronaldo nanka said about to ya say a football club our country one very close to our country no na already mo sem na dia sa adventure na wa antano ene menya enso betna kama enti say Ronaldo enso a shareholder UD America omo club omo sia campaign enso was Spanish La Liga properly mo say omo League 2 and Ronaldo adini sika enso ko sa club mo and later saba yet eminem ko fo sha say Ronaldo adini sika ko na say Ronaldo be enso dem UD America because onya retire dem say Ronaldo emesia kan en fama UD America say obeyam na shareholder club dem later saba ye dey won some mo Madrid say gusua ye this Ronaldo home come no mama fan to us eno El Nasa ekwawe ne final Ronaldo ebo penalty and so the tournament eno na koso mama see Ronaldo say abino ka say na 1,000 goals no aka 35 na Cristiano Ronaldo and so do say 1,000 goals no because eno go on tally and they record 965 goals na just aka 35 na see Ronaldo and so reach 1,000 goals no meaning Ronaldo everything drew Ansana will retire from football 35 goals for C Ronaldo the Obetia drew and say Ronaldo and 20 minutes and later Saba Yade San Samuel Emamu Ewaj so Mami goalkeeper Dean Henderson one a Crystal Palace goalkeeper on 28 years na unsema beba be story pain say club from Tottenham Hotspur say likely say we season where goalkeeper Guglielmo Vicario one ebe free North London club no likely say Vicario ebe free Tottenham Hotspur Jamaica and it's on Tottenham penny for target Abrantia your friend Sam Dean Henderson former Manchester United goalkeeper and one Adam Crystal Palace no and Abubakar Francis Spurs said na me adman some of them one about North London no abeto so and so them Spurs on team no and Mark Andre ter Stegen and Barcelona goalkeeper Okolon our club Francis Girona Oko prior the maintenance asset and was Ciutat Esportiva and one company be about for what we are trainings no the maintenance and our club no facilities no goalkeeper Francis Mark Andre ter Stegen one answer trying to recover so enti wo free aye Girona abepiem enso Barcelona just an recovery no and it was an wotona obesan so join the club na ye from say Girona oya boss play a loan and all Edema Girona club no and update ba yet emamon enso jumedino so na reporter men say can say oye Premier League na Liga na omonso generate aye cash na just omonso kasam enso so no na aye Spanish La Liga menya report and German Bundesliga in terms of revenue and as in terms of earnings no yes German Bundesliga abeto 2 say La Liga no number 3 never say open clubs are omunya the highest earnings when we are say the club onya the highest earning every Spain and Real Madrid nemum the Champions League nankasa de sika enshare ni musa German Bundesliga after Premier League no German League no and to swansana what Spanish La Liga and so tiaba was opiniona your France Habia Tabas omonkika omo and diaba Mami James Simona ɛyɛ Brighton anɔpɛ deɛ ɛtɛn sɛ Guinness World record for wɔn nso anya ɛde record no ɛde akɔ akɔma aberante a yɛfrɛ no sɛ James Milner wɔnya 40 years na over the weekend and ɔno nso set a record as a Premier League player okuta most appearances since he started Premier League the player bi anuma waba matches do as say James Milner 654 matches and James Milner enso atinya ba anua Guinness world record for enso koy and also no pay wamu eko Brighton our training grounds and wamu koy presentation kama edema reference James Milner still woguso ebontin numbers no eno so bekosoro eno diaba yet ebamu enwojumade no so mami wame Salah the trophy cabinet one na Mo Salah san onye ni part to Mohamed Salah so ko de fie na Mo Salah ekobie the trophy cabinet de kirewa masa akwano enso ekuta trophies individual awards Mo Salah will be na de nipa ma yengu ya no ono ankasa de teammate abrante friends and Milos Kerkers oko Mohamed Salah de fie ana Mo Salah ema ne kore ne trophy cabinet na wa wo chese wo picture ne bia no so we down one ma yellow na no Premier League no na chese man of the match awards ne de eno obeka se chapo ene guase obebrebe so player of the month na eno ene blue a chese egu no obenya UEFA Champions League trophy once why replay can be enso de so afa eba Premier League no any all other trophies are Mo Salah one any Liverpool enso tinya gina I don't know who should be enso our branch no ne trophy cabinet one enti Mo Salah masa respect the name put some respect on the name and the trophy cabinet akwano trophies brutal and later server yet emamu ewojumade so na Jimmy Carragher and ababo ntini atuga say Premier League no so say the top 4 teams are finish top 4 no we want to say Manchester United or what they are best top Manchester United say I'm finish top 4 see I can say we top 4 we top 9 we so no what they are best top club na you from say Manchester United na team we want to say top 4 we free no we want say Aston Villa because now say we want also say drop points we want to say Villa for free because Liverpool and Chelsea team no we want say Manchester United be rum Liverpool and Chelsea ba ko be rum nemum yenye season no na club from say Aston Villa we want free top 6 nemo eno according to reference Jimmy Carragher and the Sam no answer ya to ya na mame bossa presidential candidate no nipa mako enuma just enaya omunyina kwase yanto ba mo na ba ko ebe ya bossa president na Mundo Deportivo wamu pro Barca newspaper na Mundo for no se enra wamu conduct survey Barcelona social so me beto aba no na according to almost survey omo conduct ya no na omo ebusa voting say ye be sia ko next month and aba no enso betinya kwaso na according to Mundo Deportivo for the omo de ba no omo sinipa 58.66% eto aba no edema Walla Porta Victor Font enya 20.833 Mark Syria enya 7.833 ena Openier Fence Xavi Villajuana enya 1.833 undecided omwa one undecided on the other no and 12.833 and later Samenseca Yatomiti Mundo Fono and a Koya Samina yet to come up and switch medal so yeba UEFA Champions League games no so nanra resources by no the Atalanta one comeback and come Emmanuel Ekoye Edema Atalanta 4-1 and a resource PM Wabra one and a Dortmund game and so to me course no na AS Kamaka enya go Costa enya go Mario Pasalic enya go na abranche friends Karim Adeyemi enya consolation and my Dortmund game in area ne so and a penalty from Remy Bensabani Elato Atalanta for Ekobobon Etonet and Mamunya sa resource ne kama and later saba yet ebamu ewo jumodines no me fawe and to say enwa ewo Torin Alliance Torin and say Juventus for stadium the Juve 3 Galatasaray 2 na game no yɛbɔ first half yɛkɔ first half no na Manuel Catali as a penalty at ama Juventus the champ and yɛba second half and a branch of friends Galti ebenya second goal Weston ayamakeni ebo just a third goal na just a game no na club of friends Juventus LED 3 and she saw the compare the first leg results of course na kwaya 5-5 into extra time I was decided na extra time no and a first half of extra I am 100 and that's 105 plus 1 minute just a first half no our extra time and a Victor Osimhen a goal later I can't 1 minute say year point game no and a branch here friends say Yalmas and said about appeal so not just a year no I have 5 I have 7 aggregate for a Galatasaray I'm almost on your qualification I call my name and PSG and Monaco game no and so course and now I'm fan to get and PSG just a club of friends of Monaco a first goal. PSG ever take on I am Marquinhos and the Carrasquilla ever pon and a branch of friends a Thursday and so the restoration and so by name not a too late and so the Monaco a 5 on aggregate and a PSG team no and so I qualify a common away and told him and my dad game of course no I was Santiago Bernabeu Stadium the starting game no a 14 minutes inside the game and a Rafa Silva and a first goal in my Benfica later and Aurelien Chouameni 2 minutes later Chouameni ever take 80th minute and a Vinicius Junior at the second goal across until I have 3-1 on aggregate at my club from Real Madrid and on air Mami I player of the week I nominees no not in income because I Tuesday and Wednesday games are causing 8 matches I was here a player of the week nominees no any Wamu Efa Abrantia, their friend is Alexander Ayesolot, every Atletico Madrid so I'm game against Club Brugge, Ono Ebo hat-trick. Wamu for player friend St. Jean's Peter Holge, Wamu SCA Campdema Bodo against Inter, Onyago, Essansunya assist, Aurelien Chouameni, Ebo de Madrid, Ono Eche Gobako, Edema Madrid. And a Victor Osimhen, Ebo Edema Galatasaray, Oshego Enra, Edema Galatasaray, a team no, and amongst our 4 players, Ubako, and as a player of the week, and dear, Mame Fawe and say about Champions League, so far, and your top scorers now players are Woman Equita goes to our Champions League, Mbappe, about 13 goals, Anthony Gordon, about 10 goals, Harry Kane, about 8 goals. Ellen Holland and Victor Osimhen Obia Ekuta aya 7 goals and dear na mami aya clubs no Oma Richie Champions League modern era knockout stages one Ekuta most air qualifications our knockout stages modern era was UEFA aya Champions League now let's no say this the teams are common in Madrid aya 30 times and Madrid knockout stage Bayern Munich 28 times and Madrid knockout stage. Barcelona 25 times and Barca knockout stage. Manchester United 19 times. Chelsea 19 times. Juventus 18 times. Arsenal 18 times and FC Porto 17 times and the teams are where we could have most air qualifications our Champions League modern era and yet want some era more and so mami fawe and to say mami aya countries no what you say nations no class what do our the run of faces say yesterday we around over 40 teams mami fawe to say the last 16 so offer other countries no and I say just a class no per nations are mekacho enra say English teams no England ekita 6 representation our the final 16 Spain our 3 Germany our 2 France Italy Portugal Turkey Norway obia ekitabako and the Italian kupo ya aduma medical ya said draw no Airbus watching at exactly 11 a.m. Now, Mama said the draw and Subesia Cornelia Newcomer likely a parents but my way for clubs now. One able playoffs no, Omunya qualifications no, teams are likely so be and Subeting Asia. So far, I Bodo a Glamta. I likely say one Bessia Man City and answer Sporting Baku, Bayern or for Leverkusen between a Bayern and a Arsenal, Baku and Ombesia, Atletico Madrid. Between Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur Bako and Atletico Ebesia, Newcastle area, either Barcelona and answer Chelsea, Atalanta area, either FC Bayern and answer Arsenal, Galatasaray ɛhwɛ Liverpool anaasɛ Tottenham Hotspur, PSG ɛhwɛ Barca anaasɛ Chelsea. What a game that's gonna be. And if Real Madrid ɛhwɛ Man City anaasɛ Sporting Lisbon. And Pedro Yakupo Admochina yebehu clubs teams nyina enso etimi ahia enum said hunsem hie yenko Santiago Bernabeu Stadium enra na yenko din komano pe mame club na ye from say Benfica wo supporters enra na omo Santiago Bernabeu Stadium demente and say no over 3,000 enra me ka say 3,000 and bebramo yes omo ko inside no na over 3,000 na yase Madrid mpeni for no buafu adaya almost nipa less than just 4,000 na omo ye loud enra and so the chair Madrid crowder no more still because enra na Madrid for the door so bebrebe and so the chair club ye from say Benfica dem na Benfica for no den and so the chair Madrid say enra Vini Ejebola what say nkofo no ehuru Vinicius Junior yentie de course enra ewo Bernabeu Stadium wo. Anu Benfica falling out to America. No more doors so just one more thing. And so the chair Mario, but no more supporters ne doors baby. And so the chair Benfica for no. Na mame Aurelien Chouameni. I don't know take Edema Madrid or twas man of the match and na after the game Kubisa Chouameni says say more qualify. Na mobashia Manchester City and also club from Sporting. I'm likely sir. Mobashia Man City view. Na ombre Man City because best the last 7 seasons near Dabia Obenya Madrid Man City mumre Manchester City and a Chouameni say ano Madrid team no enya do modwene ho anya no modwene ho oso omo focus wo team ne so na opponent bia Madrid be hia no omo prepare towards opponent no entinya se bia wo be kasa da bia eno mo hia Manchester City to mabre ose omo no Madrid players no wo enwene opponent on be hia eno Chouameni o wie yam eno sansuri to just enkomo prefer se omo be hia club from Sporting because se o free Madrid Portugal or say shot so free Madrid but England quite wa and because of her distance you know and Kobe prefers Madrid share Sporting Islands when and no shada dia or just shada nya dia one adwene ho bebrebe sa eno Chouameni and this sound common answer to Janenra uni say na report about Mami Alvaro Arbeloa Real Madrid coach no uni say na central for ba kobusa after game no and kobusa say again Man City mubasa shia umubiem ubetimi shia Sporting ana Arbeloa say onim there wamu shia Manchester City na sana kwa for the past 7 years they are Manchester City Real Madrid Manchester City Man City Real Madrid Man City Arbeloa as sana kwa ntomo yawe there Madrid and Man City and shia Tebo Kotoa and so Bukobusa no say Ochinam Friday and a drawn answer kwaso na say opponents na 2 and also win omunim da say ombeshia Manchester City on Friday obianim or Kachan Century wo kra wo bisa masemi wo yawe say dia Manchester City and ye no enso behia nem opise bia ade no ebedane enu Kotoa and this an komna ye ne wonsem no ye mamo dwuma gene sma Mbappe Mbappe mo game no Madrid players are no prepare na branch France Dean Hansen Jude Bellingham Adam Militao Rodrigo no mo Santiago Bernabeu Stadium no ye hu Mbappe ko busa Alvaro Arbeloa o se Mbappe repra no anya se bia sem 2 days and answer 3 days was akura no obetena fie for some days ye nya reports between 10 to 15 days and our branch friend Mbappe and so the coach and say one episode Mbappe recover ye and sign or return because and say about so Mbappe as so doubtful Mbappe is like one person by some person player no and so just say or recover fully now or return to club no and so ye and dear banano mame Benfica for Timbers no because enwa omba packet Timbers no basement baby a car park no na to say we say Timbers no nija answers so and who sem na nipa baako enso ete eye bas ni mom kore ya eye coach a friend say Jose Mourinho yes enra na Real Madrid for no prepare eye boot kama e ma Jose because no red card into bench no na ontimi ntam Madrid for no esie baabi edema eye Jose nemo yes Jose decide say that bi wono ebetena eye bas ni mo na wa use no iPad enso ade ahwe game no enti Jose Mourinho eba Santiago Bernabeu nemom our match day stadium no inside when we're inside not a team bus no sorry bus near that screen is no bones obi and at the front a seat one Jose Mourinho na or a game and a Madrid supporters they say we nim Guasia Jose Mourinho nani enso will because nanka Madrid supporters in ebe pese wamu ebe welcome Jose Mourinho back e wa Bernabeu say and I know last week the Okoka after Vinicius Junior any Abrantia France Gianluca just a Gianluca and some Anunti and Jose de Anuwa went to Arma stadium inside wall Amish Real Madrid supporters na Jose Nankasanka say Jose Emodin says 10 Champions League knockout games on winning a game 10 on winning a game the last knockout win ever in 2014 Edema Jose Mourinho then or the Chelsea and I win here since that over a decade Jose and winning a knockout a game our Champions League 10 wabo a draw 4 and we lose a 6 and Jose Mourinho and I'm here on command pay Mami player friends Raul Asensio Madrid where a good news and so the Madrid team no because Enra Aquadano Eco Praye one on Casani teammate Aya Kamavinga enso koso obehwe from any who some other formating on kasa Emma omo the stretch and be find the dema share kon straight and ambulance and the call aya hospital good news and say eno anajo and omo discharge aya Raul Asensio abeloa e dey baba 3 years away anya injury bia ehun sa aya ne kon eno nya sa injury nya de bia emu ashada ye gidigidi bia enche abrante ne so be return enu ayajetia yet ema mu enso odwumade ne so ne mami player friends Victor Osimhen say ye kan Galatasaray eya koye Victor Osimhen mami fa we enter say unu say Galatasaray Champions League no we the first time in 12 years when I qualify our run of 16 so we so abrante ne friends not a player na the team Osimhen ni go and I do answer because Osha go no Sanka second go no cry man come qualify so 12 years here I find who Galatasaray and so our run of 16 our Champions League and Osimhen atwa so enya man of the match and say me no cause Victor Osimhen since we joining Galatasaray team in our Champions League was 13 goals only say wababa the highest scoring foreign footballer ever European competitions. Just watch Galatasaray for just Galatasaray every game ever Europe no player be on just one Turkish or your foreigner and so ever goes Maro Icardi akwetena krum wada that wa Galatasaray so many years name and anu Victor Osimhen baye one and ababa foreigner watch most goals 13 Edema Galatasaray team no na enwa enje Edema Galatasaray mami coach France Okan Brook one and manager Edema Galatasaray tirunu say omuwe game no onu take man panyin and afi sports minister onu nyina enso edin komo wa brother team no enso ewo tesomana ye from Italy na coach no ade atoja say we important Edema Turkish football and two we some oman panyin the whole sitting president and then the sports minister afre oni coach no and then the kasa not just enwa de omokoya ewo Italy no enso ayadia ehia the entire Turkish football anya Galatasaray nkoa eno according to Abrantia na so ura your friends Okan broke and the sansem no enso ya fina Juventus there so obia nka omohwe enwa ene beto gase Luciano Spalletti ebian penifo ebeja ne kwan coach no Edema Juventus because na sense de won si elusu matches na ha dwene eno ana director of football Edema Inter and I said Juventus club no over friends Chiellini na mami Chiellini I don't know director of football Edema club no Chiellini ababontina to you say monam kika coach no wamu ebeja ne kwa so what January and ebeka ya say coach no be man new deal Enua Chiellini I confirm the amaye so prepare a new deal Ediama Luciano Ayes Pelletti. Now I'm doubting that. Now a part of our priorities. And Chebia details no ombewe na chese Luciano Spalletti and so signing new contract at the Ama Club from Sejuve and found say enra almost free mo Galatasaray for abeyo mo free ewofie na ayama goalkeeper Alisson Becker minya report na say on Senra Juventus Abranche friend say Matthias Perrin enra boss mienu a Galafo editor ya omede fa nantem Becker sombo ni Sulia ene share na eno ena betuga say Juve for no yase sama Ombeko Liverpool, woman cross Alisson Becker, woman Sabeka Aya Becker, Adia Free Liverpool, and Aya Diaba, yet Emma Ewo Juventus, no PSG, and Radia, woman Emma boys, and woman said, go to PSG, ready and answer, not at a point, game on a PSG, a sebo numerical advantage because club and I'm from some Monaco for Echo D red card. Yeah, we had a 90 plus a minute, a karate, Nancy Thursday Attica, I'm a 2-2, Emma boys said, woman said, go to Basto, not a good enough. Edema club now, you're from some PSG. Mama Louis and Ricky, one and a coach at my PSG team. No, after a game, no, I don't come on Friday. Drawn Airbus now, Utimsa, Uwetiano, either Chelsea, Anasa Barca, Diawahing, and I Whoop Chelsea, Anasa Ope Barca, coach and say, or no, Diababian, Omi ready. Team Bia, Ebefesi, a year PSG. Wamu aye ready for aye sa teams no ento Gazebia wope Chelsea anase ope Barca ebiano wamu aye ready na ora friends Thierry Henry ena no a wobo aye duwe obona ba so ose akra no he akwanum ewo aye engine what you say ose waye engine a che se niam oye no enye a lot of technical players ena betumi aye bi ase omo ye few akra no gina pitch no so eniam ode ball ye no aye players kakra bi and it's me yes sadia no ntidwe and my Henry and so it's me bo na ba so ye free Champions League no when running for me and kobusa and say Benjamin Sesko who say ye can describe Benjamin Sesko we go and say free Benjamin we should go to Manchester United Rooney say Benjamin Sesko a work in progress on your right or your work in progress ejuma and oguso awoye nti munya botre and farmer branch friend say a Benjamin Sesko eno according to Wayne Rooney na mama fan into ya say Jimmy O'Hara and dey akwakoto ya say emre bi atwamu and na beti aka say Manchester United million miles away from winning a Premier League us and obisa obetnya aka the same thing na because adia Michael Carrick amayahu few just weeks about take over Manchester United no only ni so we bet you say United still a million miles away from winning Premier League and according to Ra your friend is Jimmy O'Hara and Ra and all this answer no and so to you Michael Carrick assistant and him Manchester United and on na Ama Diallo Manchester United player Dedikai Amudi kan bu sign say on maybe the three best players we assist CA Right, mommy, players or do we need to say three best players. I'm beside two questions. I'm beside best players and a players are and also players to watch. Say now the best players no, or see the best players say Lamine Yamal, Mbappe, and Dembele. And almost say three best players to watch now. As a players as I say, over here, and also Lamine Yamal, Luis Diaz. And Vinicius Junior until what the players as a super for Mariano, Mbappe, Dembele, Emma, Lamine, Vinicius, and Luis Diaz, and South three players no, and according to Ama Diallo and Eddie Sankono, Benny McCarthy, and your former coach, former strikers coach, Edinburgh Manchester United. Watch them, the entire Manchester United, Anto Abranche friends of Victor Osimhen, also because of AFCON. Because now United for an edge, won't say. Womu ebeyi £100 million edi akoto player na yebo season eduru babia ewose player no ekobo AFCON osia no ena ama Manchester United anto Victor Osimhen because of AFCON no ne schedule nti ena ama United anto Victor Osimhen yasadia en kaman you no mo pe Victor Osimhen enum edi Rafinha amukobusa ne se oni Marcus Rashford why ena fast and was say a good question nebum omo enhia bia enko races bia ento ntimenka but the only minister as a Rashford faster at the Rafinha aquani speed no ewo training anu osipa mami fenti ase Inter forward striker when you 20 years Pio Esposito Diamante Manchester United ebeko for a star striker nyame adma sama Madrid se Vitina anya ya mina reports Ryan Gravenberch Madrid tin beko for Ryan Gravenberch ewo middle nyame adma next season enu ayatia yet emamu ewo dwumadu so bodo glemte for no many reports say omu psychologist or your former military man soldier ni what no soldier ni na yaso mu coach no na downful coach no realize say as the players no drew big matches are na pressure and swab so eno na ma coach no ekofa na downful or your former military man into panyin ni ono na psychologist say asoja for ne mo hu kokon ne mo hu no peacekeeping ne mo hu no yaso no na abebo bodo players no in terms of almost psyche enu dieba yet emamu ewo dwumagene sanope makacho sa polytank ene yakwakoto na se eba water story so be kranso nko ade amesho also make sure say polytank product omde aba no enu bi na kwato no mo say yero Ghana mantimo no so say polytank sumo super no enu ene yakamfo de amade tie enu se free sabre ekosi the end of match we got also koto polytank sumo super ni bia ye amount 10% off na je so betia save best 1,000 Ghana cedis and over and now some good 20 we will try there kwana kwato polytank ye say original and attempt bia the best papa no and one polytank dem shannon so beware of frosted polytank for and requesting momo payment online and fam free ho Shell Ghana say the obi a better life obi a better smartphones obi a better sleep no sounds and our car now we use no and so here better condition abenya better conditioner I just auto fuel Shell Ghana Limited about your Shell estimate country say cry omo abani omo did a new and improved Shell V Power aba sounds on a Shell fuel save unleaded actually and so aba and a Shell fuel save diesel no one de be and so but now say one some new and improved Shell fuel save no and last 15 kilometers longer per tank and a new and improved V Power no and so clean as a cleaning 100% of a engine critical pass and so the matter be fele no na ya surgery and to well unyane baby I just a Shell and to so borrow a Shell fuel station bia na kwache aya Shell V Power Shell fuel save unleaded Shell fuel save diesel no na kwache de kama Shell simply better by far and said ya hun semchitie mamenka we na say ye de ani echemo ewo Akuaba medical center and that say and na 20 seat nyame admo china and a free medical screening for hernia and fibroid no ye ewo Akuaba medical center I work kwada so agric Mr. started on the 14th of February nyame admo china 27th and a ye intimate anopa 9 and ko see 1 p.m. dabia ewo kwada so agric je number we see an frɛ now so ko check cheso hernia and fibroid 0540 121 563 0540 121 563 now in Akuaba Medical Center for any enkomo Spa House as a pure FM reveals cross for win omodiaba now sika ni echo sika and one sem owo mobile phone dia now for awesome that's making sure say awesome no what register mobile on network bia na dial star 850 star 12 hash star 850 star 12 hash now was select to station obetimi atwa 5 series edikosi 2000 now choose so lucky card from 5 options no confirm your gameplay na enter mobile money pin and no instant results game odia pekin cry now sika abegu number na so dia ma de won any mobile phone any sim and if you register mobile money channel so say code no star 850 star 1 hash and I say 12 hash star 850 star 12 hash now so atwa na mo a madiburu 18 years akwa no magro ni regulated NLA characters lottery platform so na best brain publications adaroma say interschools and colleges super zoners no suzono egusu ekwaso and no only day 1 akugu and day 2 your power yensu yakwa kwese na abc akwa ba cho shanu suma mesem e best brain for and a touch omni Cora Sports Air Concert Limited one and the super zonas nearby we are almost starting run yabi admo china I don't dey ba na we e wo Baba Yara Sports Stadium best brain say so open books no bia one e wo pankrono behind La Posada Royal Hotel until La Posada Nachuo Enomo 0507 200 0507 200 na uno enkasa no way insecticide is spray no used to be entontom interferent tatia and once and a how baby out on ade and answer with them spray bi ho ebe show must we spray a ewunya so obepio tenam enkofati area bia enfamro and a sound so just sweet scent e wo dem wo kama enso dem out e no way insecticide spray I free no way company limited so wa Accra Okensi Draglin opposite commercial bank no 0503 510 799 0503 510 799 and Kumasi 0546 113 450 0546 113 450 now I do no way insecticide is spray no what you see I'm a bibia aye kama and so dem gingerment and aye ko ese problem bia no aye gingerment dental clinic mba choko na wo se yen clinic kama enfama obi a o kasa pampan free on muba o pesa o share silver and answer gold teeth o sene so abu apa to kra beda se samson na pesa o se fita kuma so bako aye Abrepo Junction Bantman High Street Total Filling Station nachi Accra aye nungwa baby SHS no this office nincha ope and atachima Maxim Market Kente Road omo 0598 731 823 0598 731 823 Maminwe with a Vim energy Vim champagne energy drink Makacho say energy nebaba now what's your power day ne kama dia unya aya Vim champagne energy drink no sa energy drink we sa o plan wedding o host party oh yeah, we'll get you ready for big celebration. Yeah, making sure it's a Vim champagne energy drink maybe and so you're available. But I some control. You say more energy, more Vim champagne energy drink and unya. One more person to 0322 190877 0322 190877 and yana ewo supermarket sounds and stores about and event vendors and so to be cover na what you dear. Mama Mabija for so enough for any come ewa enwa games a etime consecration.
Andy,
Mama sha say free so.
Oh Andy me dasi na NMBC di Italian football hon komo. Na yemo Atalanta baso. Se enya Atalanta enenra omu police a come back na. Enka for the first time since 2003-2004. And came about a Champions League air run 16. Andy and Kenya an Italian club. Na infanana Italian club no omuwo. And a dear Nessie. I might say ababedru baby ababedru. And me found coach 2003 Champions League final. Unum say a 2 Italian clubs in the boy. 2003 the Champions League final. AC Milan and Juventus and a ball final no. Se country be any 2 teams about finals of the Champions League and the Indiana League nika. I remember very well say yeah na Dortmund any Bayern Munich about Champions League final no. Germany for the say the European football no eyomodia. But before say Bayern Munich any Dortmund about Champions League final no. Na AC Milan any Juventus I way back 2003. Sa Champions League final no game ni and 0-0. A penalties and AC Milan win by 3-2. And from 2003 no 2 years later you say an Italian club are able finals of the Champions League against a Liverpool in 2005. You remember very well. Sa Champions League final no and a Liverpool sa come back no. AC Milan a 3-goal lead in the first half. Yen you say AC Milan at the Champions League na we. They went to the dressing room, started jubilating, and a Liverpool for so called dressing room no. And who said there be the first 45 minutes no and they said the game is over. So Liverpool came back Ebatete academy and Senina and a winning cup no on penalties. Again, yenya an Italian club above finals of the Champions League. That was in 2005. And 2 years later, again, yesanya an Italian club in AC Milan. Also Asia Liverpool in the final. Anti Ochi Liverpool. Asia 2-1. AG the Champions League. So you can't Italian football. Any level no more. Any the way na Amuba Champions League final, they were winning Bakwanamalusu 2003 Italian teams mienu Bako GA 2005 Italian team co final, they lost it. 2007 Italian team eco final, the Italian team won it. Bandi, the last time an Italian team edged Champions League nibino. Inter Milan in 2010. Inter edged Champions League 2010 no. Italian club will be a Champions League ni bibim. In between, yenya Juventus are about finals mienu. Yenya Inter krana also about final ni bi pain. Bandi, the omatimia ya ne se yebo Champions League final keke. And the last time they won it, you know, and in a Mourinho factor no. Mourinho, any Diego Milito no SA squad no. And the final. I say buy me the come you know, buy me the Kentimianti. And a 2010, we are not talking about the club. Seba Sakura, must see a Champions League. And I'm a boy. The last time Barcelona Champions League no, 2015. And the crowd must see a check. By a whole league. The last time a team BG Champions League from Sa League no way back 2010. And the crowd say Atalanta ebeji the Europa League in 2024. And the crowd say Roma ebeji Conference League in 2021. Bandi, the Italian club and the Italian league no, we are way beyond the Europa League and then the Conference League. Conference League ni die and the sanke bibi ti say e bia the Dutch League bi and the French League bi and omoje the Conference League and the Europa League na and K plus. But if 2010 Ebano, the Italian clubs let me ya say Roma edge Conference League and Atalanta edge the Europa League. Yeah. Na conversation you know and the encommand say and the ball na ye no. Usika sa wasem swa sika de yebo no se wonni bia e be very difficult so betimi compete ene hwe players a league na attract omu. Look at A players at the Italian league no attract omu.
Erana Musa Jeremy Boga about Juventus. Jeremy Boga.
Look at Modric about the boy we Andy Senka look at Modric no senko by Italian a league ni mo a e wo senko ko Lazio e wo senko ko be TBT say e komonum but about the boy we cry no and we are still good enough to play for a top team in the Serie A. Now I didn't Barcelona and the production for young talent but the Italian league no they are not producing a young talent. Kakraso betima produce no to be able to operate within a FIFA and a UEFA financial fair play no and they are forced to sell. Shadia Onum say last year one a Serie top scorer Macho Retegi
yeah.
I don't see a kind of Atalanta it was a kind of even Saudi Arabia. Oh yes, so say Atalanta for no omo pere so mo ton na manako
say scan buy no
scan buy no eni say omo so scan league no scanim enti league ni scanim a adi your financial fair player you need to meet. So what meet financial fair play na and ebrabecho. So last year a league like A Serie A ebo wie no na the top scorer of the league no to kwai akosi akan obabi a the Saudi A Pro League. One of the best players in the league no last year Andy na ya Ademola Lookman. the same Atalanta. Atletico Madrid. One of the best players in the league last season, Andy Tijani Reinders, Man City. A league in the past, Andy, now they were attracting big stars. But the league has now gotten to the point that they cannot even keep the star that they have. They are forced to sell. Over the years, Andy, Donnarumma, sell league ne produce no.
Yeah.
Calafiori, league ne produce no.
Yeah.
Sandro Tonali, league ne produce no. Yeah. Where are all these players? Just imagine, say can see these players in Nano, and to see a kind of league no more. And then come what there's one team league no more, and the why powerful enough. I will bet to me assimilate all these players in one team and because that team is competitive. Katin be very competitive. Say ade ba ama league no chire ni say a league a TV revenue a eba league no and the will form
Kanisha.
Dear ma Premier League na strong. A TV right.
Yeah.
Dear ma Spanish La Liga no a be stronger and a TV right. But and to say Ronaldo cry ko Serie A ni no na o de ma me musawo. When was the last time one yebo game be Serie A and the attractive attention that much? South to one now compare ball a boa asha na Serie A game one and the wo attention honum.
Yeah, is it biasa Milan derby?
Milan derby.
Yeah.
And now Juventus nebo game be.
Napoli.
And now Sika be na de akoto game be so a Sikade Yasia.
Sometimes
and because of lack of interest in Tino, the TVs are not interested in broadcasting the league. And once there's no money in the league, Andy, the and I think that a high time one, they need proper air planning. Yeah, the chicken and the egg argument. The question is, which one comes first? Yanko Pesicano, Nyan fan attract stars, and I yanko stars, na stars no attract ska. And baby a league in econo. And it's a minsura. One shot enche the French League One. About be sign the Serie A. Because the French League One, at least one team one, and the on or stars in the back.
Yeah.
Attention call league no so. Anya Shekrano, there was a point in time one, na Mbappe, Messi, any Neymar, esi a kind of side team no. And that side team no, produce the world best player of the year. We see a kind of side team no. Etino say Serie A for no answer down to 2 million a year. And no crescent ra Atalanta yade. Or yade de. Bandi, me sure say Atalanta qualification no and the last stop.
Me
mo mudia. Bawu omon next possible opponent. Atalanta ebesia either Arsenal or Bayern Munich. Draw na yen watch na no. Atalanta team Atalanta betimi ehia no. Either Bayern Munich or Arsenal. And the question maybe say when you look at Atalanta team no, even though say Enra omutimi qualify against me expectation they qualified. Bandi, beyond that qualification, do you think that a pair Atalanta, any Bayern Munich, do they have a chance to make me qualify ahead of either Arsenal or Bayern Munich? So you better do the next stage, one shot Italian club, on my last limit, on my last point, baby, and no Mkodrian. Yeah, about Atalanta Basso, on my idea. Because I never expected, I never thought. So Mulusu first leg by 2-0 no, and the Ometimia could police are surprised now. Omiyan and Rano. Only say before this game, Dortmund last game was against Leipzig. Leipzig able 2-2. And Atalanta so last game in the league and Ubekaya almost share Napoli by 2-1. Or share Napoli by 2-1 Andy and the more hope kakra. But me share Atalanta almost first leg no Mkolusu 2-0 no. And the Omanu 2-0 Nikekewu. A game where Atalanta had only 7 shots in that game. So 7 shots no munya no. Oman she go. Because Dortmund has 2-0. Oman she go. Enya only 7 shots. What is that? Omu game no compare their previous 42 games are. Sa game no any game one and the normal shot omunya no extra cry in that game. So I will just imagine myself say, how can they qualify? And especially in the Champions League, you know. So Obi Lusu air first leg A2-0 normally unqualified. The last time a team be Elusu Champions League first leg by 2-0 or more, by 2 or more goals margin, it will qualify, you know. And Ubekaya 2019 Liverpool against Barcelona. Liverpool lose first leg, you know, by 3-0, no. Or qualify second leg, you know, by beating Barcelona by 4-0. And only the last time was Champions League knockout. Team be lose first leg by 2 goals or more, and yet they qualify. They became the first team one since Liverpool yes way back in 2019 what did 2 or more goals at deficit. And team qualified to the next stage of the Champions League. Now, me blame Obiawu. Maybe Atalanta Basono. Dortmund have nobody to blame than Omankasa home. Come back Ibiano. Early goal very important. Yeah. So we person here come back. Now come back no. The more now game in the corner. The more now game in the corner. Onya go no. And you know you're frustrated. Na time no so they echo. Enra day na Dortmund. Emma Atalanta. Enya an early goal as early as the 5th minute. Ebia Mekasawa. Just go to YouTube. Next year go na Atalanta for share you know in the 5th minute you know. Gianluca Scamacca go no share you know and the Koko here. Terrible mistake by Dortmund for defending. 2 defenders. And the cross. And the defender Bakujina ha. Bakujina nachi. And as Kamasa no share go no. Not 2 defenders nachi. The first defender an clear ball no. Emma ko ball the second defender. And the koto Kamaka chi and obo ball to net him. As early as the 5th minute, and me as I'm mistaken. On say Senka, we first half no, and 1-0. Cannot one of him. Yeah. But on the eve of the first half, 45th minute, and Andy, almost Dortmund, Atalanta, the second goal. It's Yako dressing room no. Yeah, the first half in no. Not 2 goal advantage na Omunya no. Andy, Atalanta at the first half, I can't see in a na second goal Andy. Second goal kwa wana say I think say David Zapacosta yeah. Sako go ni bium. Go ni the FA. A long range shot. But goalkeeper not dive to a directional ball na ikono. Senka omunya proper communication. And my goalkeeper no eka che keeper a player and say baby a ball no eba no I am going to save it leave it e bianca ball no e take deflection no. Sa take deflection na Eka Grigo Kobel save ball no. So 45th minute not 2-0 no almost say our first run no and the Atalanta at the first 45 minutes no every ba second half na no 57th minute the yemi sa go na Andy Abrante fen Mauro Pasale chese no. The cross was beautiful. Cross in the buy no. Cross in the free air room on the buy. Beautiful cross. Bandi koko he. Baby at the room ejina he. Oye cross no. There was no pressing. Obia pressing player no. And onya time and space. Ebo sa cross through 2 more and the free header. And o pin ball into ball no there eto net. 3-0. Ebo 3-0 no. And the next omo of a tiny air score line no. Advantage Atalanta. And a Karima Deyemi. Ebenya 1 goal e ko 3-1 1 goal ko 3-1 Satan akoye even yeah se game ni ende by 3-1 ye ko extra time na ye ko no and bibia betimi asi yes an ko 4 goal no concede ye no and 90 plus 8 minutes ye we game na anisa penalty no concede ye no Remy Bensabani enye on so blame no Grigo Gobel, or goalkeeper and Kobel, and then not 2 or trying to play from the back, and an ball pass or ball pass in the chair, or ball pass in the chair now, or me a cross no, and a Benson man in the nature or the 90 say, and then say all clear ball, not knowing say Obi on a cheek, and in fact I can't quite play and the boots inside. But the mistake came from the goalkeeper. So the 3 goals that they conceded, you know. say come here proper defending and the say come me ensa de o mo avoid it say come avoid me ensa etenei ye kase the Italian league ni nyana omde one team pe na do this stage you know German Bundesliga no e how many teams that do this stage German Bundesliga how many teams
or Bayern or Leverkusen
yes I think I read about
then
they make a case for the German Bundesliga and having taken a 2-0 lead and the manner in which they lost the leg, you know, and I was so disappointed. But congratulations to Atalanta. Italian Federation was Kebiana Andy. I saw Mujeji. Nobody called Atalanta for us to say they be Muna Mwakate and Guasiaso. But for you, Bianca Champions League draw na ebe no Chinano. Ka Italian team be him. But the way you know and cover the mess in the Italian league also.
Okay.
But if they don't act and find money, you be we season you know. Then the team league we men can me move Napoli 4G league you know. Who was the best player of the league?
Victor Osimhen.
There be like a more recent one.
Scott McTominay.
And you level number for one. Then Scott McTominay, the best player of the league. I'm not saying say wanyadi but in those days now, not quality whole league anymore. On team in best player of the league that. On team and the rate at which the Italian league you know a decline you know. I'm sure say Uncle Feet yeah or be worried. Obi or pay Italian football biano. Follow the Italian league now and the Italian league you know is on the decline because of lack of money. Sikeni ho. Only sika was in sir. Enra Real Madrid also qualify as expected. Mami Misao Ronaldo no mukoye no Toni Kroos mukoye no Madrid mukoye no why are the most consistent Real Madrid player?
Consistent Real Madrid player.
If you're asking me, I'll say Thibaut Courtois.
Yeah.
Enra, Andy, you won the game, but just like the Real Madrid, you know, Courtois will always have his moment in the game. And no make he air 4 saves. 4 saves no air no. 2 of them were saves are na sen keseno. Me assure say Real Madrid Casillas free on moi. The next goalkeeper wabenya legendary status Real Madrid no should be Brent Fene Courtois. Me say 2014 and I'm going to Brent Feno Kilo Nevers. More than 10 million from Levante. Moji Champions League me and Satoasono and the other name of first choice goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But me assure say Obiakran Kaino. Obian Kai Kilo Nevers. Real Madrid edge Champions League me and Sano. The 3 consecutive time, you know, the first choice goalkeeper for Real Madrid and the Kilo Nevers. But beside Real Madrid for say in the history of Real Madrid, you had the Kilo Nevers in Jinaho, Eddie Courtois Jinaho, some Madrid for Nankasan Tuaba, any which one of them the best goalkeeper in your history, and me associate Wankasaba Tuabama, Abrante Fen Courtois.
Yes, I will.
Ajuma Courtois, Yaman Real Madrid, and they are simply amazing. And then, the reason why you won the game, you know, Vinicius go nefe. Chouameni, on a chef, but Courtois made sure that you stayed in the game. And your first time, and your second time, he has been doing it over and over and
every
over
season
again. And I think that one player, Real Madrid, ebe finipa, ade hanging the gloves, obe retire, and obe move away from Real Madrid. No, Abrante Fen Courtois. How do you replace him? They are also me. And are quite evident. Sa koda na your friend Air Trentino. Onye defender. Nimbo. I'm not saying say Onye good player. Don't quote me wrong. Trent Alexander-Arnold is one fine footballer. But say Ubo game. Now you need to defender and the Trent. He can pass. Obetime Jina right back.
Very good kicker.
At to pass na he play more like a midfielder than a defender. And no boy no. Baby na Benfica for an exploit pa no. Or any space one. On a few occasions and the Oko draws, of course Oko winning ball no. 6 times he lost all of them. And Prince Brent Fenny Trent echo doors against Benfica player Biano. Not a single one of them and a trend they win here. Even though you won. But some share opposition be. Na a winger as a would defend ya. And I'm afraid to say it should not be Trent. Ebi amufa Fedi Vavadi mum. I go right back on. But the influence of A Vinicius. And the best I can say him. Goals in both legs. First leg goal no. And yet a racial abuse by now. And the goal never power. Goal no share no Portugal. It was one fine a goal na brantia. Your friend A Vinicius say no. And was akwe ni goal ni bim. Sakwe Vinicius goal ni was say ni bim. That cheeky, that class. And no goal no. And yet go e dia honi na show. E go e dia adwin. Ye dia adwin na hye. Na de me ya ne say maso. Champions League na yebo no. Onum say baby a Brante no hiama pa ma Real Madrid no. When we get to the knockout stages.
Okay.
Knockout stages goals a wasem ko ano. 14. De me ya ne say onum say all Champions League goals than Ronaldinho.
Yeah, sure.
Ronaldinho de the life no am say that me live in here with Europe or your life ni je no do so do. Vinicius say ka say more Champions League goals than Kaka. Now he's chasing a brand friend a Neymar. Neymar and 43 Champions League goals, but Neymar 43 Champions League goals no. A brand friend Vinicius there no. Baby or Tasha goals pa no knockout. Washa finals me no. Bako or sheba on you share the winning goal. Bako or they share the second goal. And then the class any born or say no. HSA a brand and a time or a class. He's just a class of a player.
That is it.
Yeah, Andy. I'm saying Chris aye Champions League that's my mean baby kakra sane be you being at time na akwa na bet na nde wato duane kura de amamiti.
Me fro a pay house won tia
ono menene was anti o tia unza me kan kura no sere so wo kan me attack on say unza next time we nye be what I say. In the year 2015 there was division in the sporting fraternity. That was May 5, 11 years ago. Fans, pundits, any boxers, current ni old in emuche mieno. Because no opinion here well divided. It is over here on the night of that fight. I may become 17. You announcers no kra mienu in one ring. Jimmy Lennon Jr. representing Showtime, and our branch Michael Buffer, and so representing your friend is saying HBO. Into Obia introduce ne boxer ever ring in and these are the legendary announcers too. Odi Tuma Yenga, the two of the best coaches in the history of the sports. Freddie Roach on your Bruni, and Floyd Mayweather Senior on your Bibini. And almost square up on Mukuta or MGM Grand Gardens Arena or Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. Your friend the fight of the century, Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao. And Andy, that fight, you know, now Mayweather was 38 years and Manny Pacquiao was 36 years. And in the history of boxing, and they bear the most watched boxing fights in the history of it. In terms of revenue, $410 million. Nipa 4.6 million and a top pay-per-view every. And they break all records. On the night, the Mayweather called home with $180 million. And Manny Pacquiao also called home with $120 million. Just one fight. And the 3 minutes per round. Into 12 rounds, 36 minutes. They went home with that money. Now, yes, Mbisa, yes, say, Manny Pacquiao Mayweather after 11 years and you're more samba back. Now, the fight was announced on Mayweather's birthday. So the question is, are there no person back? And that TV is on. In the history of boxing, these are the most watched boxing bouts in history. It's also Mayweather ne Manny Pacquiao ne da your friends say faith no. Omo de na anko Netflix. A pay-per-view like I say nkofo a subscribe so mbere. But Netflix it take it over in boxing no. This has been the records of Modiaba. Into here Jake Paul ni Joshua 33 million. Wow. Or here Anna Crawford Nancy also Saul Canelo Alvarez about 41 million. Anyway, then Oko Mike Tyson good old Mike Tyson, only Jake Paul exhibition fight, 108 million. And on the necessity Mayweather Manibufu, yes said no, he needs to come out of retirement after 11 years because it was every record in boxing I saw Nekuta. And it will generate a lot of money. Into also the question mark afterwards say, a year day and they say Mike Tyson crowd this age, no I exhibition in Jake Paul near 108 million they need to take it. First fight, Omoji who abandon live out to expectation. A boring on the day. You will Manny Pacquiao cast none and Sayane, but it was a lie. Because Sana Bekono ye check it, medics check who's away a fate and Sana Wako. And one Trobi Biasa. Even Floyd Mayweather papa no training crown, none of Fu Mayweather say. Or Drew no account Floyd Mayweather is losing the fight. No, Bisan was am I losing the voice? I'm not saying that, but it looks like you are fighting scared. I saw Usrako and Mayweather was very, very tactical. The game was boring. Nipa Bebre were disappointed. And I see almost a mode rematch ebeba. Now the what we are looking at and they say one. Sisi our Mayweather will be 49 years. Manny Pacquiao will be 47 years. Ombe to me am the same level of performance now a question mark because say share Floyd Mayweather after saw the Manny Pacquiao coup 2015 or coup 2 and no jaye. 2 near on the Andre Beto and the last one near Conor McGregor and also near Scapa and the third fight I have and no koi but if free one I'll say no while retire from boxing be mo quiet fast near schedule on retire into a year exhibition fight on the tension na Sukawa mo and Logan Paul mo kokoya we raise ka Manny Pacquiao the underhand no and the okon 8 fights after say on the Mayweather ekwen but over 8 fights now or san retire no bad time into a back no 2 fights why you know win it. Olusu to Cuban superstar boxer your Dennis Ugas and also Lusu to Jeff Horn and sana on a branch of Mario Barrios a weekend no and so a ball draw. Clearly speaking, Andrew our fight where banner it's going to be only one outcome because Manny Pacquiao is not in shape because on Ugas fight which was the legs crown to me movie. And now, dear Nehano, who's a manufacturer, yeah, then say, the legs no to me moving, no, setting a combination. No, we not saying a 9 or a crampy 8 abba. But Mayweather is in a very great shape. And for that matter, it's going to be only one result. And Mayweather car said, it's not that Manny Pacquiao is not a good boxer, he's a hell of a boxer, but maybe a mum on a boxer be our own name quiet, a fast lusu na coin. It is almost 20 times, he'll beat him 20 times. In Tandy, the results in there it will still be the same. Floyd Money May will beat your friends of Manny Pacquiao on the day to two. But they are going to make money and make sure say Ombe breaky all the records, Andy.
But I say Nanesian, Nkutaje
and do so
Nancy and about reference Adankon. Ese wankasa mum na onti apuina
ba mo de omugu so ye adwuma
I'm sure say in this couple of these tomato to info ni bia ma
oh this week crowd the way na you foresee banana me yare and some basa
oh friend Paul
Andy Casillas
entiwe
Andy eno na Adankun Pobiman
okay
has a folk weekend di omone bibiani Gold Stars and na airball. Now, has to folk 2 goalkeepers. Oman ko train
Enra.
Benjamin Asare. Any Solomon Agbasi. Omo embassy. Okaya. Maybe I can say Solomon Agbasi has to folk companion for enya letter. Say omu invite no. I'm not national team. Enra. Only Benjamin Asare, Omanye training. According to Adankon, or say boys record embassy.
Okay.
Nami Aduma next month. Ghana will 2 friendly games. Yani Germany. Yani Austria. These 2 goalkeepers, Andy. Amumi anu nyina betima kubi. And Enra, omu koye omu visas nwajuma. Because also munya visas and sana 2 goalkeepers no etimi adjoining national team no say international break in the bar enti no ma anya training
okay
Andy dia mate no o say nyame ya adoma Ghana ni Mexico bebo and sana ya World Cup
yeah
May 22nd na efe no meeting akọ meeting akoso wa efe
I'm just say
dey yet no omo consider say ansha no ma cancel friendly game no
Mexico dia
yeah okay ya na say na nsem bi abesinse wiem say opanyi bi ani efe no Nimisio Osiguera Cervantes
El Mencho the drug lord.
Yes, Jalisco New Generation Cartel Group no on a leader.
Yeah.
Opanina Freeman and Sempi and the Akoso Mexico. Na Andy, yes, the Akoso no a boy for phone. Says our game no. Also, munya second thought. Omujini mubim. Ansha. Na beduru on na BBS intimate no omo consider sene awiemu anjo na niama ansesa na bibia ansesa Andy Ghana ne Mexico friendly game na ja omo betwem
okay
eno any day eti but has a folk eko bibia ni okay, against Kotoko, Kumase, Hamza Isa, Prefrim, Emmanuel Amankwa the red card. Omukonkran, George Paku Yare. Etina no other game only breakum Chelsea boy, no. House place where Amobi. According to Kwakwa Nancy, or see this weekend, we have to folk support Ada place near back. Andy. But Vincent Atenga Ade ana de yetene say sa game no do omobi because Vincent Atenga bibiani Ghost Stars defender no ne papa film enti weekend e wo Crouch East e wo T region okope ne papa krabre enti boy no enti ni feature enti an former club House of Folk e wo Kotoko Andy, yabedi nkomo we wo fia. Nkuta jine any the chief executive producer of Pure FM, Jacob Achusebe, edi nkomo. Eno okache Jackie say, wate bibi e wo fikesiem. Se nyame ya adoma Kotoko betime anya board at the end of the season. Emma and common sabai abra na no that Tuesday omukoye meeting panyi kese bi to IMC nanim se nyame ya adoma omudi omujuma kosi se ye be wie league no ye wie league na ensakraya beba de ya tini se board ne beba na panyi kese bi DPM Andy. Yes, a businessman, business tycoon pa. Dr. Kofi Aban. Ni DPM. Okay. Enti nyame aduma Kotoko. Ebebo ebenya board. Nyame aduma. Ye wie season na. Mohamed Kamara. Asante Kotoko goalkeeper. Andy. The meeting say boy ne beko Kaiser Chiefs no onim nyame adoma Sunday Kotoko Vision FC bebo na Kaiser Chiefs for ne day contract proposal abra boy no ne representatives ama omashim Sunday game no omu ria enkomo beko so ya bawrao ya hu figures ne kurabi de ya tene say signing on fee $100,000 $10,000 monthly salary Kotoko number 1 Mohamed Kamara Andy dia keka kono on to aso makotoko ye wie season na eno ne dia yete
okay
mame mfa unsi
mate
na me adoma ye beto aso
Paul Frimpong
Andy Casillas
fantastic wasa ba maso e bi mle mo mini kan kwetwe enkomo we ewo Dr. Amuzu aso ye Emre Sanse on Thursdays there e also mema ye makwan na mo ye mo ho aduro na ya na ye bobo wi enkomo no edoso mo mpese mbuku fie afi ne hu reason why be ma so de o senka anadwe ode
we de ja no de akohye say ena ne bet amfa ena de unko na bet amfa dan e be fa ayi de oda de e beba o de akohye ne be on beba no mo na sa oboa ne ho na aye mre won pass mpebe bi nka
ya kuyamo komo
okay enti se be ma woti ase na so beti andi de bia enhwe ma de sensen wo nantem no emu nya mremre te se writing pad e wo se be ma de bia emu ye de na de bo adwuma yie Dr. Amuzu Abama mema nyine wiase mema ema so ka ho bi se ne ema ba ho a no mo beje de o matenka be sore na ja wo ba wo si wo so abema yide ho so kra mfa no na wonim se afimu nyina ewo mu se Dr. Amuzu wo emema aduro ewo mu se Dr. Amuzu wo pressure fo aduro ewo diabetes fo nro ho ewo mu se Dr. Amuzu your number 1 pennies doctor no wo eye candida wo sanso wo syphilis wo sanso wo namu yade aduro tatahwe bi ewo ho na nim se afi na no na mbepa aduro bi wontoma wa enti de ho yade sa wote se meka se bia eye yefunu kro typhoid fever osa na medofo eno nko akomo ne yebebo saa because hwe se yade no se die si asore no enye nwanwa se Dr. Amuzu ama ne ho aye ha na wakofa Amuzu K heba Mr. Diaba na meka se first ne de e ka betis wo bi wo sakra panyimu bio enna brantia baba wa weti sakra ketwa asi me osa no me se me osa wo eti waka osa isa na nye yare bi nso a eye yare ketwa wo yade a ehu se widi mo a yade a etimi kum nipa because ye share ye teaching siase ewo ulcers ni mu no ma kire onyema bebre ma kire wa mo hu se ekoboni tokrokra wo ye funu ni mu a yeyi na ato adwa fampe to bremyo se ye ntumirika na wo to aya no mo nse edo nti yinya yade bi ate wo ulcer me se fa wa ne no wo koka se wo ulcer di ko wa na se wo de ko je fans arefon pa na de nti a doctor duro no wo de typhoid enso ha ban ka ho ne se ahunidie obi wo no mu a ho me se last week me ka chem contaminated food aduane ehura na odi wonim de ade bra wo da che ho aduane wo bie so no ade wo hwini mu enye still was wo me de be kanja na madi me dofo wan hwe ya wo twetwe nyarwa bi adi ama ho enti afi we die ma me kwan na ye nton Amuzu K no Dr. Mpesa wo be ye gone too soon bia ni ba enemu yade adura Amuzu P wo ho ba pressure Amuzu garlic wo ho na se de ulcer ne typhoid no enu na ekum nipa enu nti ne yakofa Amuzu K heba mesha ediaba je doctor number no na momonko mobi ewe chire ho 0247 77 6743 0247 77 6743 na me chere say number na me bobo no entio fa phone na bobo guso 0247 77 6743 save ni Dr. Amuzu ate wo show with screen ni so abon say ye di Amuzu K ye di atoso we said ye picture yi kura nipa yesi adosa ne yam e di afa se symptoms ne ma ne ho mene so a saa enetie medofo enye yade a yetena se edi seresere saa stomach ulcer no enye yade a yetena se edi seresere kura because se yare no se shase se yawo ne shase se ba se ya wa na nka wo sere se sia no afedi wo yefunu mu sha asese wo no wani mu tebia no na asesa afedi ko hese de wasi anyinya wani mu afa asa mboku a wo fe mango no kyese niema bi nkoye wo nipaduam na pain na wonam mu no enya agoro eti ye kasa amuzuke na beboa ama stomach ulcer edwane afiri ya brabom hwe amuzuke heba mesha mesi stomach ulcer wo ni chance amuzuke heba mesha no ye de machi ulcer boot for boot ani ni nua typhoid no ami enya ya ho tokora enti last week de mechira wo say saniama bi wo hono mo na se wo ye wo so twe ho firi ho obi wo be kire na yam komsa eye factors ni bia obi wo so etoda eye genetics ye sada nchirem ba obi wana ne maami bi wo ulcer na obi wo ulcer no benya bie na mom se yesi ye kapa dia woni enom nsandwiam excessive alcohol na esusu me na me amekofo no eno no ekotwa wo ye funu ni mukuru ate na NSAID painkillers ne hwini tutu no wase ofa brufu ne breme na ni kura na ye mo fa painkiller ne mreme mi twa ye funu ni mo fonyini kire wo se nyankopon nyansem mu no wo ye bibi te sekete e de kata ye funu ni mu sede be ye aduane digestion na ekoso a acid no enko ye funu mu direct nko tutu hotokuru na hwesa wo de enuane a ferment akwa fra ne sei na awa isa kete fefefe eno eye protective layer doctors ne friend say eye mucus layer eno na boye ye funu ni mu eban ana wodi sa painkillers yi ene nsai ni smoking no wodi awaya firi onti wo hwe acid na nya kwan straight akoye funu ni mu akoye den akoboni hotokuro na me ka kyerɛ sɛ koboni mu tokuro nso a na sɛ ye yes can ye twa ne ehu sɛ wo yefunu ni mu na sɛ aboni tokura yamfo ankontam a utimi yefunu a enti enye yade a yetena sɛ ede hwahwa ye ho eniema bi a ye factors a wo hwa woja emwa wo no waja obi wonu ma no skip any breakfast o say me de minni ebi so kra na o say kra na ko wo biu enso behwe no we ni breakfast wo che oyam kom bebrea na no so wajan they say de ya de so afiri ye so amuzuke heba mesha no aba na so me bana me kai wo na me ka cho sa ahoda so ne be ma niema bi a wo ye no wutimi sa atwe yade e ma ho sa akobɔ ka hunu enti no watwe ho ayede afiri ho na mo amanya bi dada ne de ye dura ba ye nom adura edi adanse ye hye amuzuke ya se behwe heba shops no se orders na kosoro muke no ne se ai ke ni wo ho se doctor de enu ni wo ho ne de wo de bemamo se de be ya wo so de bia wo so we ho de ne ya de free na ye nam ne ho atoye enti ene osa adisua medofo ye to aso ene de ye hwe symptoms ye hwe signs no obi si wo stomach ulcer anaso wo ulcer si bia e de be na daddy emi ehu ne say ensam ye nipa yi kekan de eye ulcer na onkopa amuzuke emfanom de di kan eye jaw se maka kire wo se ulcer no eye kuro baby ekuro bia da bia nsoso ya wo ye dey ewo ho ye se ekuro bi abeto na ho na wi abo adu se wim bo se no wani ma ye se wakra wo we stamina no no wani ma ye basa because ukuro baby ye dey etutu osa eye kuro sa na ma kire wa mo wa hu no eto ye funu ni mo eye kuro eto diodonum ni mo a eye kuro eto wo esophagus ni mo a ehon so ye kuro a wo beti pain ewo ho na tie we no obo wa ne de ne ba ya wo no pain no eba wo ne bo ano o se me ka che o se ebi koto esophagus no eno so ye ba bia aduane ne fa ekoto ye funu no emu obi si me minimum anana me ka che o se da bi nya wo minimum wo bo ano ha se no esophagus hono ehono ebitimi koto etihwe wo bi dia ba ye symptoms na kire say me bo ano ehseme eye me jankasa kese mi pra enye pain na ulcer pain no enye pain kitikiti bi na ba be jaya ko me dofo me say yankasa yawa wo nemu no yawa eye painful ankasa na wo bo ano yawo no a eye wo no ase de no nko na ebe ye oyama ho atowo eba ya na the back pain wachi yawo bi na ho so ye wo say ya sa back pain no se wa hwe ye na bi ye so bo sa so anim nyina emu a wachi ye wo ye aka wo to ho ase no na wo bo ano no ensa ase anya we ya no na wonte wo back pain no but the moment a obehu say wo bo ano ase ase hyew eye we ya pain ni ya no beti se wachi no na ho so di wim saade anya na wo say wo yare fon ai na sedan kan Dr. Amuzu say sa wodi say duro tatashe Amuzu keyi adiaba wodi aba solve a problem nyina adiama yen afi wo bi so de ne say wono no baabi obeti pain no wo say ni fruma no na ya ni ja so ni mufruma aha wasi na aduane a medi ye me say me fruma no eya me yankasa meje me ho ani o chese me fruma mu ji me say wim na no na baabi a wanyina drei kwa abota ye me ma musu fa ko wie ko pesu hie sa be gugu fruma mu ma wana o se di fruma mu ya ne ya na mi ma mi gugu mi fruma mu na kuro na angu ana me pa chaw eno se ye ulcer no symptoms ni bia obo se eka ko right kakra na aka ko left kakra eye we ya enye obi na kwabra na ntese wa utru mu afudwini ne ye be fa waba wa be pente wini mu we ho ana so na akoda ne ya be so fruma mu nsu ana se ye be ye den eye ulcer no the symptoms ni bio and the ya will be about from anymore just say akwa bibrofo say when I collect myself it doesn't collect just say wo je wo ho enye eso na ye ulcer me don fo adura babua wo me say ye de anya Amuzu ke heba mr ayabodi no nanka tirim wo kira Amuzu ne bamwa na ke no wo kiro k a y Amuzu k a y Amuzu k a y Amuzu k very simple wo ko heba shop wo ko pharmacy ebi wo why no wase ne fruma mu one sa no na left no ya ne ya right ni ya ja do sa bread kwa wutimi fa sa akoka ni fruma ho eye ni ja me dofo sa complaints we na wunya anasa wo ka ho asem dia kopa Amuzu ke wate na ye mfa kwanchi pain no emfiri ho obi so dia ne se odidi kakra bi na nefu aye kutu aduane kitwa bi na odi yo na fo ye se kutu woti mefu aye dudu na nse de mese medidi kakebe na se mefu ase ya ma me mutitiro mi nwa aduane a medi yo aso ye mefu aye dudu mi nwa aduane bia medi na so mefu aye kutu aye de asa de nkora di mu hunta menim de wa meyem me do fuei wo so complain ni eya ulcer symptoms ni bia eya signs no ebia etide na wasa wo ye wo be ko heba shop 110 muli wo ko atwara Amuzu kura ye bisa sa open ne de hin because ni nuro na abadwom no ye say de doso aye miensa we ka ho a aye miensa etu twara Amuzu kura wo be bisa se ne de hin na apa woti mi panike no de wode aba no a ye se etimi ye funum kuro no na bonus aye benya ne se etu typhoid e de afiri ho no eti wa wudidi kakra bi na ye funu ase wafuma ye dudu emu ye se dum emu ye se dudu se de na wafa ye kutu medofo ma say a signs of ulcers ni bia eti no apɛ ho asɛm na won so wadi obi so wa ne de ne say odidi kakra bi ana ne bofono no aduane a wodi he wa yo bakra na ntifia because yakosia wache bo enso nya bo no wache odidi ye na me bofuno mi o na me se aduane a me de me bofuno obi krati me fe in the process se facha me na wakasa ne bofuno no ne bofuno na abehu ana wo no waja agu wo ye be man so at the same time e was say na me ntwitwi me si ebi so ananya osi no me do for ade na wodidi wie bia na complaining of nausea enti se sa na won so eye wo symptoms no ye brenti ene hanam dibesi na anim se enne na wotwe ye be sa atoa so ne asa atoa disua no so maka cho say the whole year no eye osa disua nko a eti enne hu hwe no wo symptoms ni bi wo baby ka kire wo nua bi ka kire wo yiri bi ka sa complaints yi kire wa yenadom na wa be krom ko heba shop bi e ben wo se wo pa Amuzu ke wo kwa atofo fa kwa kire no ka kire nse week bia wonom to aba akonwie na sa osa ne symptoms enam no e be kwa ama no ho ato no ye wotafo nhyaye so efri bra ye sha ase se ye ka osa ho asem no amanfo ba ho a wo masem nyina ne se osa no kura bi a woni bi ba se doctor ka so won fidie ne de wono so be ye lab wo be ye test ni bia me hu se wo bi anase wo ni bi to so ya abra bi efidie mu apatare de Dr. Amuzu honom no eguo pa tafo nhyiaye so Amuzu Junction na wa 0247 776743 0247 776743 kai se what ya se ye be ma beti andia he de tin se wunantem no emani wuda
yara sibibi nyako abro no ma na wode Amuzu nkombo edi aba beboye ntimisro tu hwana mo sisia ya kase na emo mame ka so ka na we so no also tu hwana mo Eric Part Company Limited omo enede serious ultra cool coolant no enso de mame so but modern say Rick Part for cool coolant omo dia be ubenya bi because enso na ota dugu ka ni enso no ya na weather nti no as a shooting ti emano a boiling tem a suntem one way na kwakofa or how e dia ba fo so ka no kwa na je say ukwakobo wo tank kura me pa cho so you so Rick Part wo mo see us ultra cool coolant ni bia kama na bio na enso no sometimes e cause rust any corrosion ma engine e we na chene you so see us ultra cool coolant eno e be bo e bia we say so you so see us ultra cool coolant ma empo engine and lifespan and so kwari musa so any protective car no from overheating any sign man say protection say man no na chere na ba to sound so bow ma one can so engine run smooth come to so seahorse ultra cool coolant na Rick Part for area but say no be na be to say no era say obi edge edigu ne kem say ka ode adwuma ana say one can so private vehicle no seahorse ultra cool coolant na use na kaba ba to mon friend 0544 133 169 0544 133 169 na uni Rick Part for Enkasa Latina travel and tour so de bakacho say walk up so obeko Mexico ana so obeko America obeko Canada bacho yen America Canada your package so kwa ye Emma from Latina travel and tour start here adwuma enye na walk us how do pi empo Ghana buying a taxi omo and then fat workers ni bi enso nko walk up emfa mo no mo se afidie no omo any businesswomen and enya bacho say one kasa wo adwuma wo ye wo business we ya kan say ye kiremu ye say bia wo fa bi na asho bo so do be kwa monone a we enye wo dia wa wo ye business person what you say wo ye businessman businesswoman wo de ni say wo shop wo adwuma bia wo ye de kama wo de ni say we no business plus sports any akabuma yet everyone so be Latina travel and tour woman kasa ewonkra Alisa Hotel and wo name number is 0205 22 95 53 0205 22 95 53 0205 22 95 53 na uno enkasa menapa Royal Guest House enye mese uwo kumase ope bebia weda wasumbajo kama bebia unkonya problems bia security airtight enso flow 24 hours say ope se we fall with the shuttle every airport and as a bus terminal offer beba bebia oda ye treaty sa de share preko no menapa Royal Guest House menapa ewo Oshim School Junction offer Grace Gift anyone ma bisobia se oko California food joint ewa obo so dan tintin kase bi esi won medo and American for the number no 0543 556 666 0543 556 666 now and so into me in kono bia enya kama emfa emao na chairman Kwakwampo sa former supporters chairman Edima Kumasi Asante Kodoko wakasa nemu Medimafo Herbal Clinic Dr. Time da so ene yeko yare bia yare nko ade a me bacho mba me modi bi wo me ko ba yare ndi a mentimi wiene makoja bi wo say wo tene sanso ahwe abeka say ya mo yare din yare nko ade a ko Medimafo Herbal Clinic ewo atwema agogo doctor atena say na doctor say wo ba wo de bre ebeto yare ne so oho beto asumdwe ebeba fie apomode enso beba fie etime show atwema agogo Medimafo Dr. Time da so 0244 774282 0244 774282 na one doc enkasa na chairman K5SA Koroko supporters opeso ka asembichem na muntie chairman K5 asama woka ede achia Asante Koroko supporters
the American supporters me say me srawo obi amfa ne nsanto na no me sra kotoko supporters mo me amfa nsanto ya no ye di ni support your team ene hia se akwaji league akwaji me say supporter aye kotoko supporter proper one wa me sra me ya me di sra ka wa no tu mo me enka ya me tu ball ne yakoboy wa okwa se hwe bia hwe ni ye pa na me sra ka wa no tu ye hwe ba ko pe na ma me asore ajiagu ye hwe ba ko pe na ma asore obi anka na no tu me sra mo me enka ya no tu ye mo obi enhye nkra ni nkran no mo nyina o mo ball
Chairman Kwamponsa K5 ena yete ne nka no na osanso ba efi Ghana Football Association so no say ade ba ko emwa ene se ewo GF ho no se minimum we me yonkuru favoritism ne dosu too much
na ade ba ko empanimfo no hu me say no bu nya ho aketua but obu hu wo ye dia Ghana ha ubenya players a omu nyina bobo no eye pepepe ewo na mase enye pepepe kura wo hu say eye almost between nya kre na bi a empanimfo pe one etu ye dia ya omu ye favoritism but mo a omu player o ye good finance from le fa no wa anya sa ade na kwa Munyam susun so ba munti Ghana so for player oye good e ni ko ba bia obia susun ekoyi wa anya sa de na mo be ko 100 dem ko 100 me player bia nya minia ba no kwa football mu na me pe football no mi afa no krenye ye de no kwa football a me say football de yeje because Ghana no ye what talent no ba ye fa no kwa enye football no moment ye fa no kwa enye football what to be that say atro abre club no say the player say after na the passport e na ko say la line kwa
Chairman Kwamponsa K5 say la lie F what dosu na Cat Edwin Simon Kreku aye the GFA president or say on the target back when say opesa Ghana league no ebe numero 1 Africa.
We are consuming good football, good scenery, some very, very exciting games. It's not only about Ghanaians being excited about our Premier League, but people beyond the shores of Ghana have access to the league and they are consuming the league, which is very, very important for me and for us. Watching the Super Clash a few days ago really, really took me back into time. The energy, the passion, the excitement, the jubilation, the throwing of tantrums, some crazy football on the pitch sometimes. The grimy turf of the Babaya Sports Stadium, the energetic House of Folk fans singing and chanting, and they being replied by the ever-present Kotoko fans. I mean, this is a scenery that we've not witnessed in a while. For me, it's a testament of all the hard work that has gone in, a testament of all the good work that is being done behind the scenes. And if you watch the GPL on TV like we watched a few days ago with amazing commentary, one can only be excited about tomorrow because the investments we are making today is definitely beginning to show.
Hello, IRFA president, and retired Ghanaian footballers and to Asia the sports minister. Na openya friend say James Kuku Dazi ene kasa ye na orinsem kakra eto the sports minister nyema e o say omo eboa omo retired footballers
they send some of them retired footballers so I will play with you if you can do something for us. I like to have small coaching so that all of them will ginger the younger generation to also put out their best. So I believe we need to consider. I know that you can forget the assessments, send some of us. Still, we are into football to develop, and I think that can contribute to the development of football.
Ti also almost said the sports minister say omo bebo brother ama na toda omo na bibi kakra mfama omo ati ase because as omo bi omo masichere mu no yes star bi o yes akra na boa nchirima no ema omo so ye bibi ama man na okuno ho eye na honorable Kofi Idi Adams the sports minister also actually mu say obate the makene nyina.
Invite you for appropriate action because by which time maybe we would have taken steps to see how we'll be able to implement some of these requests so properly stated they are in order. There are things that must be done. It's a shame that we have not been able to do them comprehensively and we have left it to be done in an ad hoc manner. What needs to be there is to have something that is properly done, structured, so that we know that this is what it is. They're not in an ad hoc way play. Sometimes some of the things that we read are heart-wrenching, but maybe sometimes before even it gets to you, then it has gone beyond redeemable state.
Max, Bibi Kakra, we can't wrap up.
Yeah, Coach James Kukudazi. Also, he's a former player for Azaki. I think he also played for Kodoko Hearts, I think. Then Bob Blackstars, I think 78-80, he was in the team, or one of the teams of Mutumeje now. Minimum says, so I hear Reverend Crania. But, coach, youth under 2010 World Cup on a day, a man, it's me at the koi. So if the minister has accepted, yeah, I think say, yeah, a bit to me, but my main way, Ewo Kotoko, but your mamin sisubim one ekasai
Chairman K5
yes, so you'll be Kotoko over years they are the people who fight for Kotoko no matter what it is, so I respect people like that. Mean obi ahu or chiro sa hanameo na a woman kwamo jinemno and the ayana easy because they go through a lot of abuse but they still stand firm, so I like people like that. But ombeti ma futu we bebo akotoko for pass ombetia and me wa futu be brema kotoko emfa se me nye kotoko ni na me ni omo aye adwuma ache nti nioma bi wa me ho a me feel say so mo address ya ebebo ade di kan ni supporters leadership times etwem ne recent times ya de bi course no mo ntie ni obeka last season also Tama koto prepare wa things are pramos. I don't know why I'm prepare wa around Accra area or so beka before the and I'm so call Volta Accra.
Okay.
I'm say Volta ho.
Ba be kai ba ko so mo Cape Coast.
Yeah, I'm prepare o baby sir. Nana afena na say doctor take it team no. And I support and penny for beka kire say I'm say papa we are. Di omo ko hu ho ne dey start leg ne dey aye first round na koto kwa agile go kai za asem no. Ongai. Now you started leg, asemo kind of mem. Actually, then a buy. Now, omo the problem they say players nenye. Any a pam players singing na. Now coaching the players for buy, and it was the same thing. Bibiansa leg no koto kwanje. April so good times obekaya. The results were not good. Season were the same thing. But what me? Ediana yi kotoko e free mono. Me will say kotoko supporter chebeye chairman solo. You know he's doing a great job. He's doing a wonderful job. Now or calming all the supporters down. So mumra from no game there Andy ube lusu ube winning. It's him calming supporters down is the wisest and a good thing to do. But at the same point, the mistake they did was that they were still promising at the same point. When Adrian Eyi Kotoko free na supporters ni buo funa supporters chairman come on down so almost will be amra from no sa time na Kotoko company for the side promise almost so has the ebe show that day na and the end has so buy ya but uti 10 against 11 almost be share Kotoko enti so no supporters in ye dia most of the supporters company for the create Kotoko problem nti am supporters ni nje omuni. Because oka some try me 1, oka 2, oka 3, ningina na wonya. Obi anji wini. Ena 2 support and penny for nintie me. Ye were duma supporters eye. Ye were their management eye. Ye were their board eye. Any or their technical any or their playing staff eye. Ena fans so cry or the eye enyepe. I say kotoko supporters leaders no mone kasa management. And also ya die so mujai. So mo yes are continuously supporters will not mind them to mo kasa supporters or muntie because one most supporters no the executives no mo adwuma ne say mo na mo lead their supporters no e pa na mo mpe no e na mo tu ho ana mo ana meboa but e mo nye their supporters pay bi o supporters pay but mo tu ho ana mo e be say club. But what I'm saying that mo de mo ne omo e deal pa supporters it's a mum na esa mo the concern of the supporters. Any management that lead board is here. Into the most often over board now. I have supporters lead Abia Senka your friend saying Chairman Solo say board a banker the rights and sometimes all cost. So the better represent because don't forget the supporters now are in majority. Ewo areas are mabobon. But I quite say coach now you fake selection but Andy Uti me. Coach now quite any fake selection. What could management called to talk fake players. na menka so omo nyina ba me ma scenario na coach na any fake selection ni ade no normal ko ball na enyen na omo supporters mom na ekopachew menti ahodo menti obase no omo supporters so leaders no e na ekopachew e na supporters ye pamochew ye be hwe dia play una be selection una be recruitment wo be kra wo de ye minimal. Enti mo no ye ne selection or turn the players na enteki your friends say they blame because credit bo mo ne take. Enti sa mo yes na supporters adwan yo mo say mo makọ management or mo kra mo ntenke about them. Enti ya wasem bi o say management na ya wasem bi o say coach enti dey come match pre match ni post match and the one na
coaches the players
team na nkasa person or press conference and one na enye management supporters so mo ya supporters leaders na enti so mo any friend division of labor near the checks and balances accounts and my institution echo mo obia strength the maninge but I say supporters pending for kotoko over years no and the Mr. Christo da menya yes ono so be ne de no so eja supporters adwuma no mbajo otie obeti yes o we yiska say the aboa team that is good because with that money the team cannot move. But we call duty in here, do see why so organize the support, make sure the supporters being your boy. Not supporters be to me a D club next year, but no more to baby. And then they are no count say Solona ba me say he's working with the supporters very well. But one thing is so yes and the money na be waste. So mo nti me yes e dwuma o ye ngina be waste. Me man nkasa management, me man nkasa mo bia. Se coach eko boni ball. Majority as because I will be jinem so supporters ye pamocho modi mo mfa nche na bia e be se hasa enyo na ye coach na so on the day coach ni ko bo fake tactics majority na ye sena ye beble mo han and ye beble mo han who ye beble wo so nyere but so what imagine I say until ye be start season na ko the last time they won the league that by be start season bia no mama hope also omo hope no omo ampani for ni we support ampani for and edible oh yeah I feel we leg in the first round beje say ye ba kumase oh say mribi no omo oboase omo kase oh so omo free oba kumase dey had you bia ni omo beje ebeduru o ntumi nje enti the more wo yes na ama supporters na elusu trust in model leaders no enti mo ka bibi omo mfa ndi ba choti mase enti memo omo nkoje adwuma enye omo de na omo mfa nya omo adwuma na nkasa eso na mom say management ni coaches ni ya de na nya they should tell them say massa in the interest of the supporters we dey yam they said you call meeting no ka say mpanifo no ye bold catch them say coach no monye den omo mpen no that is what you do and the any issue no
Mirase Maxwell Minister Christian odeka Krebeka ho aye bre no yaso
no bebiri ka but Ghana for mpanifo no pe kasa dodo and atembia no giving unrealistic target any hopes. Can't you say Ghana Premier League near day?
Number 1 for Africa.
Number 1. Say Ghana Premier League, you know, number 3. And I will see in the next 2 years, you know, the best be number 1 and the no by say be number 4. And I'll say number 4 no cry no. See to tea and you may yinka cranka crabia. Be bet maybe number 1. And no, I will agree with you. Now the latest air ranking of A leagues in Africa no. Me da ma trend me wiem
odi atoso
na hebe bia Ghana League ne da if Ghana League ne kra no find itself even in the top 10 of A leagues in Africa.
Top 10 here Egypt, Morocco, South Africa, Algeria, Tunisia, Tanzania, DR Congo, Mali, Angola, la Cote d'Ivoire.
Countries of league BTA. We they forget about Egypt. Forget about Morocco, Algeria, any South Africa, any Tunisia, and the Tanzania League, you know, is better than Ghana Premier League. Tanzania League, you know, better than Ghana Premier League, and the DR Congo League, better than the Ghana Premier League, and a Mali, Angola, Omunya League, you know, better than the Ghana Premier League. Now, body there, the same body, and a Marco Africa Club of the Century, so you cannot say
IWF.
Or the Africa Club of the Century Marco Tokodier, Yenji to say almost steady no papa. The same body rank A league in Africa and the Ghana Premier League, you know, rank below Tanzania League. Edema Bama Andy say if you're not in the top 10. Now all of a sudden, will be except by this time your plan any near my vigorous.
You don't just wake up and
infrastructure Andy and the bear 5-year plan be towards the next 5 years, vigorous infrastructure and development. Dianiso, we are not going to find ska resources. I debate me attractive players about Ghana Premier League and answer. Yes, one quality. We are now going to have so much money that we should be able to retain them. Coaches in here, pitches in here, referees, Ghana League number from to the point that Ghana a referee echo the semi-finals of Africa Cup of Nations and the celebrities are referee. Yes, celebrity no. Abra way back in the 80s. Yenya a Ghanaian referee okodi World Cup referee Jumo ofimi Kruma Sante Mampon okodi World Cup. And then ya bafoma to the point that a Ghanaian referee echo AFCON. Echo va room ho no okoto no mo a yeniaje si enya bi honom. You have no referees, you have no coaches, you have no pitches, you have no facilities. And then now what's our ambition is that in your term, you want the Ghana Premier League to be number 1 and yet achievable and yet realistic. How much do you even pay your players? Yesterday, I can make a Italian league in 1-7, and didn't say Italian league in the form. And plan Ben, FA president in the war. Say opposite Ghana Premier League, ebe number 1. Just for saying sake, but there is no plan. Andy, Senka okay, and a cabe 1 year ago. Yamu said the name be 2 aquem. Said the man 2 aquem, be a whole resource in it. But the next 2 or 3 years, a whole resource beba, a cabin papanadi. What the wakan in Yaman 2 years. Not 2 years, near when you may obey. Say you man obey no. A man's resource no expecting 2 years to come. Ghana Premier League will not find itself even in the top 10 of Africa. I say to talk about say number 1. Sa kasa bebrebe ne free fan. Mo kasa sa nyuma ni echire. Kasa sa no action, no plan. Yen kasa bi sa akake because Ghana for there ye betie answer o kasa nso abia na o kasa no. O kasa tu nkrofo mo question no. Amun scrutinizing as seven or canoe. Some of Ghana Premier League may say
number 1.
Onya number 2, onya number 3, onya number 4. You are not even number 10. And all of a sudden, Opese Ghana Premier League be number 1. Kasa sa Afriva.
Grazie. Happy birthday to Ohema Efia Agnes. Na Ohema Efia Agnes ewo Adoatu. Away free Pepe Suarez. And we'll see and wish Ohema Efia Agnes a happy birthday for Ohema. Happy birthday to you. So and we a yin kaibo na odro ewo bantama and we'll see ne papa nimpon and that for me the late Mr. Osebus Wodru na the friend of chairman ana Banas 71 years nyame aduma this Saturday. I'm going to tumpem ewo Bantama Presby School Park. Na omasa akoye ewufusom ewo Trinity House of Anointing Church. Na fumakusie no. Omasa betenase later in the day Saturday no ewo Presbyterian School Park Bantama. Na on Sunday omakona ase sorry ewo Trinity House of Anointing Church ewo Nyirebehi. Nafi on the first Nabio Omasa Betenase ewo Presbyterian School Park Bantama Presby School Park onum no matrasi nti odro ne abusha so moto nsa e de afro bia sam mama boa no e shan sem penfosi eyi oyi eye nkunya atona ni ne ti mo meboa no na ono so enkra no olima na chikra yabansi wa na ye sorry am abisho semeto so nyankopɔ ya adom ochina Chairman BKB anything nyina be saba na afide owo bia no ye de ho nkomo enso de aba ifria Iramu Baba Yara Sports Stadium ni akohwe in the schools and colleges ni bi Milady Andrew so subitia from Yandika say thank you for being a part of today's show nyankopon enka obi have a wonderful day and stay blessed yakra mu nyina